Yeah, this definitely looks like a very handsome fella. So a big welcome to a card review for the Third Doctor. He is a blue-green 2 generic 4 total mana Simic legendary creature Time Lord 2/2 with trample. The Third Doctor gets +1/+1 for each non-creature token you control, like clues and treasures and foods. When the Third Doctor enters the battlefield, create of your choice a clue token, a food token, or a treasure token. This means that he is a perfect food chain commander. You see, whenever you have the color identity of green and a ETB effect, that's somewhere on the line where you can go food chain combos. This means that we need a companion, so Vicelor, hard to pronounce that one, but it's a 4 mana, 1 black and 3 generic legendary creature rogue and the Doctor's companion, so he can be your partner. This is giving you access to the color identity of black. Now, more or less, he is similar to a Phyrexian Arena in the command zone. The secondary ability. At the beginning of your end step, draw a card, then lose life equal to the number of cards in your hand. So yeah, similar to a Phyrexian Arena. You can also actually give him away to one of your opponents, but don't do that. Keep him as your own. So what you need is Mist Hollow Griffin or Eternal Scourge, and then you have infinite mana because you can cast these from exile, exile them into food chain, recast them, and boom, infinite mana. Pump that into your commander. You have infinite treasures and infinite clues, so infinite mana, and you can draw your entire deck and win with whatever you want. But there already is a commander that is doing the exact same thing, Ukkima Cazur. When Ukkima leaves the battlefield, it deals X damage to target player and you gain X life, where X is its power. So with the food chain, you can exile Ukkima infinitely to deal infinite damage to all of your opponents. You only need food chain, a creature that can be cast from exile and Ukkima and in the command zone, and you win the game basically. When I first saw the Third Doctor, I thought, nah, Ukkima Cazur much better, because you win from nothing. You only need your commander to win with this, while the Third Doctor will have to draw into something that is going to win. So there is a clear advantage with Ukkima Cazur. However, once again, this is Phyrexian Arena in the command zone. If I'm gonna be honest, Phyrexian Arena in the command zone is a lot better than Cazur and Ukkima in the command zone. Honestly, Cazur and Ukkima are really bad commanders, so to say. The only thing that is making them good is that they have a combo finisher with food chain and access to 3 colors. Ukkima is basically just a Voltron can't be blocked, and Cazur is buffing your creatures. It's nothing you really want to do. So Phyrexian Arena in the command zone, that's like good. Now the reason you wanna add black to food chain combos is because you're gonna get access to Tainted Pact and Consult. Because when you use either of these two tutors to find food chain, you're going to exile some part of your deck, which means you could accidentally exile Eternal Scourge or Mist Hollow Griffin. So with one Tainted Pact or Consult, you could find both of these 2 cards. But in doing so, you might accidentally exile key cards to win the match. And that's where Cazur is actually kinda good with Ukkima, because you don't need your library to win, you just need infinite mana with food chain and Ukkima, and you win. However, we should actually read the Third Doctor again, or well, the secondary ability. The Third Doctor gets +1/+1 for each non-creature non-token you control. So when you cast him infinitely with your food chain, you're once again gonna have infinite clues and infinite treasures and infinite food, so infinite life, but you're gonna make him into an infinite with trample. And if you have like infinite draws and infinite mana, I mean, you can just sit there and crack clues to draw into counterspells, spot removals, and whatever you need. So even though you're not winning on the spot, you can, and let's just pretend that you accidentally exiled all ways to win the game. You exiled your fastest oracle and all other cool things. So now you have to pass turn, that you draw into counterspells, you interact with all your opponents, you get to your turn, you attack with the Third Doctor, you kill one player, you pass turn, you crack more clues, draw into more counterspells, more spot removal, interact with your opponents, then you take your turn again, attack, kill a second player, and so on. The part where you win on the spot might not always be truly necessary. I mean, winning is winning. It doesn't really matter if it's by an inch or a mile. Like, as long as you have infinite mana and infinite card draw, and an infinite with trample, you're probably going to win, somehow. So as a final verdict, I'm actually going to say that I think that the Third Doctor and that Vice Lore something is actually stronger than Ukkima Cazur, because I don't think that this is a big problem, the fact that you don't win instantly. Now, if you don't exile your fastest Oracle with your Tainted Pact in digging for food chain, you can still draw your entire deck, cast Fasa, and win. If you aren't able to do that, you can still punch them out with your commander, but also, this is a Phyrexian arena in the command zone. That's not terrible. And the guy actually does an ETB and create a clue, so he is card draw too, I guess. And the cool secondary part with Ukkima, where you can go like Voltron in strange games, I mean, sometimes that happened. The Third Doctor can do that too. If you have a huge treasure token clue generation in some situations that sometimes happen, he can become huge. And he can actually start to punch people. Like if this guy becomes a 7/7 by having 5 clues or swords, he's free-shotting opponents. Also, that's like a 7/7 trample. So as a finalized review, I actually kinda like the guy. If he actually piques your interest, we actually have a gameplay video uploaded with him, piloted by Pontus. Link in the description below of the video as always. And if you wanna see a deck list of him that was played in that cEDH game, link as well in the description below of the video. It's basically a very similar copy to the typical Sultai Ukkima food chain with just a new commander tweak. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.